What about Warlock mid? Would that allow you to give some Warlock mid with Necro ones? Farm up really big.
I only want to see Warlock in a draft with like a lot of synergy on the Fatal Bonds. Otherwise, it's a no for me. Like if you get, for example, a Grimstroke in the draft, then we're talking. Like double Fatal Bonds.
Because if you're a fan of a mid lane, you could potentially think about the Necro ones on Warlock to increase the farming speed into Aghanims and have that level 12 ulti Aghs.
But you're just a man who summons big men.
Yeah, and then you end the game in 18 minutes. Nobody can stop the big dudes.
I guess.
Yeah. Well,
it's just it's. I'm not interested in Warlock.
I'm not gonna try and sell it to you. I see that you don't want to go for that. LC for Thunder Predator, hard to spell, some way of initiating as well. But support LC like we saw before today. I think Aoi was playing it. So would LC be as a support, or would you rather see Void Spirit as a 4? Would you still expect? Yeah, because either we have Bane, Void supporting, or we have Void and Legion both as core and still a support missing from Thunder Predator. Luna coming in from BA. There's not that many players who like to play it 4. So I would suggest that this Luna is actually going to be played as a carry. Maybe if the Shaman goes 4, you have Klinks and Luna in the same lane dishing out damage. That could work. A lot of harass. No lockdown though, but you have the trading capability of keeping Luna a bit safer in lane.
Shaman Luna is very doable as well though. It just requires a lane that doesn't deal damage through sustain but looks to skirmish with you. And if it's either a Legion Commander or a Void Spirit, it's going to be one of those lanes.
And what about tri-lane with these heroes? Aggro tri-lane.
It feels a bit fragile though, and I don't actually think that the Klinks likes tri-laning all that much. Maybe you can start with it, but you'd have to scale it down pretty fast. That said, Slark doesn't like getting tri-laned, and this is starting to look more and more like a Bane and Void Spirit support combo, which is, you know, if you can get them 2-on-1 with another support, it's definitely a kill. You Nightmare into the Void Spirit Remnant and all of the damage. But it doesn't feel like a tri-lane. You might be right that this is what they're looking for.
It's an option.
And
well, Viper's gonna give Void Spirit a hard time in lane. If Void, it would be played as a core. Down to the last picks. I think we're gonna start locking in some positions here. So we have the Viper and the Luna being played as core. Thunder Predator, we have the Slark, maybe the Legion, or maybe the Void. So I would like to see this Legion rather as a 3 instead of played as a 4 or a 5. You still have that hard to spell, but you can definitely be more useful when you start racking up that dual damage and actually help your teammates with the damage output as well, with the with not only just the dual damage but also being a strong laner. You don't really have an answer against Viper in lane, so you know you're going to sack it. So whatever the hero is going to be, I wouldn't like to put the Void against the Viper because I feel like Void really relies on having a good lane, get the XP up, and then punish their enemies through that. Viper is not going to give you that opportunity if they keep on clashing in the mid lane.
It is possible for a Void Spirit to come back much like an Ember just because your damage output, or let's say the fact that you can cross the distance to put the damage into people matters so much on level 6, but it would be a very painful lane. I think it's more doable than the Ember, just because you actually get the last hit range grips with your pulse.
Yeah.
But it's not great. And the thing is that if this is a Void Spirit support, then you are going to run into trouble on the side lanes if this Luna decides to tri-lane, because I don't think that Slark Void Spirit Bane is a tri-lane at all. And you also don't have the option to leave like LC +1 against the Luna, just because that means that if it's LC Void, just so that your Bane can lane with the Slark, then LC Void is going to have such a rough time. And the other way around, if you put the Void with the Slark on the side lane, then Slark has 0 protection, which is not going to work. And now it's even worse 2 melee cores already on the board, Sand King coming out. Slark wouldn't want to lane against that, Void Spirit wouldn't want to lane against that. And yeah, that's...
This is...
There we go, that's much better.
This is, yeah, I feel like the Bat Rider is a pick in this case where you try to win at least one of your lanes, so
yes.
Kind of relying on that too. So I think Frank is sitting in some very heavy boots right now. If you can get those boots moving, then you can start making things happen, like work around the Bat Rider, get the Slark the opportunities he needs, isolate the enemies. Business Associates want to stay close together. Clinks obviously wants to go scouting a lot. The Shadow Shaman might be a potential pickoff for the Slark, but this is not an actually this is not an easy game at all for the Slark in any moment of the game. If they can find pickoffs with the Bat Rider going with the lasso, Slark builds up some stacks out of that, or if LC isolates one of the big cores out of the fight, then Slark could see an opportunity going in. But if we're on a full 5-on-5, that's exactly what Slark hates in most cases. He wants to find solo people, or at least not too many, that he's able to get those hits out and stack himself up and create himself big and be able to kill people. But who knows what's going to happen with this game. I think anything is possible with these two teams on the board. BA took game 1. Do you think TP have a chance there?
I don't like just the corner that they were pushed into during this draft. It feels like they were always reacting to Business Associates, and that last pick, I don't think that's enough to compensate for it. Leo style Legion Commander, on one hand, I really want to see it work. On the other hand, if he's actually in the mid lane up against that Eternal Envy Viper, he is going to have such a rough time. I guess I want to see the Bat Rider mid. Because then I don't know why you wouldn't put different players on the different heroes. Maybe Leo Style is just not comfortable with Bat.
Oh, the Bane taunt. Oh.
You like cheese, T-Panda?
I used to be allergic to it.
Ooh.
But it brings a smile on my face to see Bane holding those 2 wheels of cheese. I think you're more of a cheese fan.
I'm a big cheese fan.
Alright, well, we don't have cheeses in this one, except maybe the Viper from Business Associates, even though it was their 4th pick instead of the 5th. Confident on what we're going to see here. What about the lanes, actually? We already talked about how these lanes are going to roll out. Frank with Bat Rider, and then there's the Luna card.
Yeah. I am honestly not sure what they would even want. On the side of Thunder Predator, I think it's rough to say, hey, this is a good scenario for us. I think they're going to have to look for the best scenario for us over here. Which is, in this case, just Frank having a decent... Frank can win his lane, for sure. And then for the Slark and the LC, all you want is a decent lane. If you have Frank with either of those two to rotate into, then you can get some kills, you can get the ball rolling.
Yep.
And best lane for Frank would be not getting tri-laned.
Well, smoking up early, trying to get an aggressive move maybe towards the top. Possible for some... They have Void Spirit with an Ops Ward, so they could try and get some deep vision, but BA, I feel like they're suspecting a move coming into top. Snaking will spot this smoke, and there we go. Matthew still wants to go in. Remnant will connect onto Clinks and play the Jeopardy music, I guess.
Is
Very
that
awkward.
the new Whack-A-Meepo?
Curious to see where is the Whack-A-Meepo on my screen. It's not showing, but I guess that's all right. Clinks.
Was that the patch? Did they disable the...
they might have.
If they disabled that for observers, I'm so happy.
They might have. I don't see it anywhere. So if these patches that have been hitting today, there's been a lot of coordinator thingies going on. Might have been one thing that they removed. Maybe. Who knows?
That's worth it.
Basically, what we're just counting down here is Clink's gonna die. Napalm is there. Brain Sap is there. The Remnant has the longest cooldown, but if they... I mean, he's already turned around with 1 stack of Napalm. This Clink's just going to take a while to turn around. And the detection is just 1 sentry. Let's see if Snaking's going to live through this or not. He's got his backup from his teammates. Snaking, Matthew. Oh, the overwhelming odds coming in from Leo Style as well. And there we have it. The level 1 brawl is on. We've got him caught by the ankles. That's Frank. Fear holds him in place. Eternal Envy picks up first blood. Moo also sitting at 70 HP. Roshan takes the slap. Denied, and just right in the eyes of the opponents. Eternal Envy dropping low on the Viper, doesn't get too much damage out, and Bane will fall. Snaking following suit, make it 2 for 2.
Oh,
but with Roshan also taking one of the kills in between. Fear, another deny. 1, 2, no. Leo Style actually.
Yeah, not again.
There we go. There we go.
Meanwhile, Brax and MNZ are just sitting on bot lane like, wow, what cavemen, right? They're like, I know, bro. I know. Just running at each other.
What a bunch of ogres.
Mm-hmm.
Mid LC.
And mid Luna.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about for a second. Luna was looking like he's going mid with the shared tangos, but I wasn't taking it for granted. So, LC versus Luna. Now, I think a piece of the Viper's firepower might be reduced because he is now more level dependent on his own lane. Very trade capable here with the Shadow Shaman. And I think Thunder Predator are happy with this because now the Bat Rider basically gets worthy opponents. But again, in the bot lane, Snaking goes down. MJZ gets a bit of extra distance from Brax, but Snaking getting a kill here. Tackles used up on Matthew. You'll be fine from that. 4 stacks of Napalm and Fear right now. And we'll get the stacks to reset. Halfway to level 2. Match on both sides. I think the battling just continues to on this bottom lane. MNZ already died once on the slug. Doesn't want to die again, but he's getting a lot of right-click damage out, and Snaking will die. Brax, no Burrow Strike, and another one. The Thunder Predator, even though they lost 1 hero, managed to get a recovery of 2 in a row, both for the Bane.
Very nicely done there. That was close though. The only reason that they go in there is just they are very focused. If they get MNZ out of the lane there, they get him out of the game basically. Instead he has level 2 now.
Matthew, 5 stacks of poison on him. Frank, however, able to keep them away. So, when's the last time you saw 8 kills before 2 minutes?
Last game? That's not quite true. The last game was a kill fest in the first 5 minutes.
Might give us a good glimpse on what's to come in this matchup since we're in game 2 of this series. MNZ, however, I think the Slark needs to get his levels up as soon as possible. The harass is constant from this Klink still. Snaking actually tanking the tower right now for a moment there. The creeps were inside the tower range. He was the closest target, so he took that tower aggro for a bit. Unnecessary reasons there. Pounce is ready on Slark, and we get an opening. MJZ, Fairy Fire and Mango. Needs to time them properly. Not gonna get either one of them used. Gets killed off. That feels like a freebie for BA.
Yep, and here you can really see the trading power of that support Klinks. His range is huge, his damage is silly, and he doesn't even have to be close to any of his targets in order to deal the damage. And best of all, he doesn't even draw creep aggro. As long as you use those string arrows, you can just cast to your heart's content. That's not a right click, that's a spell.
At the same time, LC dominating this mid lane against Luna. 18-8 to 9. MNZ trying to look for Brax. Pounce will miss, and King with some nifty moves here. Nimble moves, manages to dodge him. MNZ still trying to find him on the top side trees. MJZ finally finds him. MNZ hiding in the trees, salving up. SK with 200 HP, no regen.
Last hits though.
Yep. Space is being created, I guess, in a sense, because he's missing a lot. EE goes down on top. Frank finds himself a kill on the Viper. You don't see that very often, but once he's played in the side lane, it's totally possible.
Yep, and this is a Bat Rider we're talking about as well. Business associates have clearly decided that Be alive. Be alive. Business associates have clearly decided that the hero, or let's say the player that they'd like to have the hard lane in this case, is Eternal Envy. And he's just the best matchup against Frank as well, but that does mean that the LC gets a freer lane than I thought was possible out of all of these matchups.
Yep, very true. There's a lot of players that's sitting on low HP. Snaking needs one right click to finish the job, and there's the Fairy Fire. Snaking is right there, but he's on the edge of the sentry. MNZ gets the pounce connected on the clinks, and MJZ will get the distance to get himself away. Meanwhile, in top lane, Eternal Envy, 4-5 stacks of napalm, but Frank unable to dive under the tower. Firefly was used to get a bit of harass out, maybe a potential kill. Has to skip on that opportunity. Goes straight to the camp, farm some skellies. Jack Skellington's in action there. And Luna's slowly bouncing back in terms of farm. At least is sitting at level 5, close to getting level 6. But even...
She's had to fly in a lot of regen though, and the LC has had no such problems. She's got a bottle, been controlling the runes, been, you know, life stealing off of these side camps as well.
Also, the 5-minute bounties were pretty much picked up. Frank will find the final one. Bottle filled up. Regen up as well. Now, the farming pace isn't the fastest on the Luna when it comes to the first 10 minutes. Are you kidding me? Snaking finds a kill on MJZ. I've missed a few kills, I admit that. Frank, there's a courier to be found, but he moves it back quickly under the tower. Frank is trying to cut the waves.
It's a bit random sometimes.
Sometimes this game has been a bit of a mayhem.
Leostal is running after this Luna right now, but she's holding a point. He has to think very carefully about whether he can tank an entire Eclipse or not.
Yeah, if they do, then they really need to sit next to a creep wave to be able to. Matthew. Snaking's around. Haste runed up. Void Spirit, level 4 versus level 3. Snaking might almost be able to pull this off. Dissimulate. Into a safety distance there. Moo.
Snaking's got
There's a duel already on Leo style, but is he going to be able to get it? Rax
really
is fighting at the same
right
time.
now.
Leo style, there's the Eclipse, and the damage is there, and they have it.
There's the tip. They knew that the Clinks was there. I'm very surprised that he'd go that far into the lane when he knows that there's at least one support on his ass.
Yeah. At the same time, they were able to take the Sand King in the bottom lane. Now, Rax TPing right away back. Instant burrow strike since you still get your mana fairly well up. Sitting under a sentry though, so he doesn't want to repeat that mistake twice, that he would end up getting pounced and killed off. And at the same time, top lane, Viper ultimate thrown onto Frank. And he'll take down the Bat Rider and make the score 7-7. EE getting himself a kill. CS is being distributed pretty well between both teams right now.
Yeah, the Legion Commander still has a huge lead though. I really want to see her convert that lead into something
Really
more.
nice
MNZ?
usage of the Dark Pact here. MNZ, is he able to get this one? Pops his ultimate as well to be able to chase down Brax. Dark Pact damage. 1, 2 right clicks. Oh no, he turned around. Wants to make sure that they can at least get the clinks killed. They will do so. Meanwhile, Matthew picks off Eternal Envy's courier. There's so much fighting going on in every lane right now.
Leostyle gets himself a DD rune. He's going to want to kill someone with this. Is he moving into the jungle? He wants to dive.
Yeah, Viper TPing into mid as well. I feel like they know about Leo style around here, Via. And there we have Fear walking in as well. Here comes Matthew. He breaks the shackles. Leo style pops his press the attack to get rid of something, but not everything. There are too many heroes. It's the entire BA team chasing down the LC, but can they get the kill? They will. The Lucent Beam will be there. Oh, 5 heroes to kill the LC, but they get it done.
And worth it, I'd say. That's the hero with the most momentum on the enemy team right now. Plus, you're preventing the first duel going off. Frank knows what's up.
Most net worth as well. 3,600 both on the Slark and the LC. 200 gold behind is the Luna and the Viper. Bit of a difference, but not that huge. Matthew also gets an opportunity to get some XP in mid EE. Mana boots picked up here right behind him. They're gonna try and go for a kill here. Well. Instantly removing and duel. Are we gonna get the first duel victory as well? We will get that one thrown out right away and maybe get fear as well. Yes, sir. Lasso and duel both work perfectly. 2 kills for Thunder Predator.
And remember when during the draft, or was it the end of the previous game, I said that I wanted to see Thunder Predator with something that can fight? This is a lineup that can fight, and this is Leo style, that aggressive player that's been really struggling to find opportunities, actually finding a hero and the momentum to do it with.
Mid tower also sitting at 400 HP right now. Outposts 1-on-1. Doesn't look like we're getting the casual battle for the 10-minute outposts, but at least the bounty runes will be spawning. This BA moving towards bottom to secure them at least. Meanwhile, action rune
just Nilu
will be taken by Leo style, so the illusion in the bottle for the LC.
And everything's going to be calm for a little bit. Leo style will probably only come out if he feels like he has a good duel. Otherwise, he's just going to be building a blade mail. It's going to be extremely powerful against basically everyone on the side of business associates. None of them are extremely tanky at this point. They'll all kill themselves on their own damage if he gets a nice timing for the blade mail pop, especially the Luna.
Well, they still need to buy a bit more time for the Luna to really get online. We're talking about maybe 15 minutes plus on that. And they're capable of doing that with this roster. I feel like it's the same thing again, that Thunder Predator want to keep up the pressure, want to start taking objectives down. You know there's going to be a Luna against them, but they also have the Slark. How do you feel like this late game matchup here? We already talked about the fact that Slark doesn't enjoy the situation of going 5 versus 5. Likes the isolated kills, but how about late game?
I do think that, you know, Luna fights your team, Slark fights an individual hero. I think Slark is definitely stronger there as the fight goes longer, but he'll have to lose some teammates.
Surprise on the high ground, straight into the Remnant. The duel will be there as well, and Viper will follow up there as Leo style gets a second duel victory. 20 damage now for the LC.
I did not expect that one, and neither did he, I guess.
Yep, they were smoked up next to the ancient camp on the high ground, and they get our opportunity to do some damage on the tower. Same time, Sand King TPing here. Brax pops the Sandstorm, but he might actually pay up with his own life for this one. Dark Pact is not available. There we have it. One hit away. Is he going to get it? He will take it down. Same time, the Batrider falls, and there's another fight breaking loose here as Matthew's being chased out. There's MJZ, but he will get hexed up and grab him by the ankles.
Damage.
And the Viper ulti still going on Matthew. Snaking is trying to wrap around between the trees. Leo style is right next to him. Can he?
Gonna get him. No, he
kills the courier, and maybe the kill right after. Leo style's right next to him though. Press the attack, the heal kicking in.
That
and
was
there's
dangerous.
It's got the duel with the DD, but such a slow attack speed that he's not getting the procs to happen. Dust will connect. And he's got 70 more movement speed right now, so, well, he's not able to catch him all the way. At the same time, they took the tower with the Slark.
Leo style really should have just sacrificed his teammate there. Press the attack on himself. He gets a duel win, guaranteed. And the price would be just a Void Spirit.
Thunder Predator 2k lead.
Snaking.
Oh no. Maybe even more. And Z with a dominating streak now. And at the same time, Leo style, that DD run is about to run out. Press the attack to run to safety. Didn't quite get to hit the tower. Still sitting at 400 HP.
And Brax is going to be on the case of this tower, just like in the previous game.
They're
Hunter, going to have to
diffusal blade on the Slark. This could be a big one here if MNZ gets some kills. It's the Hex out, pops his ultimate. Brax is right there, Fear is there as well. They get the Shackles onto the Void Spirit. There's the duel coming in as well. Fear will go down. And now Internal Enemy taking the front line. There's the Blade melting a bit of damage onto the Viper. The Nightmare will be there as well. They will take it away instantly. They're on the run. They took what they wanted. They got a kill.
They didn't get the tower yet, though.
No, they didn't.
The glyph as well, but they are spreading themselves out.
They're trying.
MNZ would rather go top.
They're trying their best to get to it, but it's not an easy job. Yet again, another duel victory, though. This LC will continue to get bigger. Matthew on the high ground. Snaking giving the information. He and Brax just, when are we going to go in? Can we go in? They won't. They need to get some stun to go in first if they want to blow up the Void Spirit. But 1100 HP kill, it's not unheard of. It's not that hard. Especially once you're talking about a Viper.
Very tanky.
Yep.
He relies a lot on that Resonance Pulse shield.
And... wait, I was looking, do we have the Guardian Greaves ready? For Viper, Mechanism, Mana Boots.
I would have been very early.
It would be. There's a blink coming at least on the courier. That's going to be Sand King. Meanwhile, Slark takes the top tower for himself. Casual Bounty Rune as well found by the shovel. Almost BKB. Very, very big Slark in this game. Bottom TP rotations. They're trying to take this down with the the Serpent Wards placed down. And it's going to drop below threshold. Can they get the kill with it? It doesn't look like they can. So that tower is on deny range right now. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they find Leo stop with the blade. Now the damage is kicking in. They also get the lasso onto the Viper. Eternal Envy will... no, he won't actually go down. He pops the mechanism. But at the same time, Slark is doing a lot of damage. There's a nice two-man stun from Brax, and he's burning alive. MNC goes down. 3 heroes dead. With only Eternal Envy taking the bullet. That's all of your cores gone, and now it's just down to the 2 supports. Just to wonder what's going to happen. Brax goes in with a blink stun onto MJC. Bane hexed up. And Moo gets the kill with the Lucent Beam. They're pinging. There's vision on the high ground, but nope. It's not there. On the other cliff.
All of Thunder Predator just fighting into the burning army and standing in the Viper goo at the same time as well. I know you're ahead, but you don't survive through that. You gotta take your distance, guys.
Yep, Slark with his ulti on, but not getting any healing home. Thunder Predator, they pay a heavy price for this one. Okay, casual blade mail use. Maybe a little bit of a misclick there, Leo style. There is a level 12 Luna with an Eclipse ready, and only 1,000 gold behind this Slark. In a sense, that was a very awkward death for the Slark as well, because he's been having such a great game so far, and his BKB gets pushed back just a tiny bit. But there's a smoke coming in from Thunder Predator. They're going straight towards the dire side of the map, and Moo on the low ground. They see the couriers moving around, and now Brax goes a nice 2-man stun, gets the Void Spirit as well, and there's the Eclipse popped up as well with the Blade Mail from Leo Salas bouncing back the damage onto the Luna. He drops low, but he doesn't die. Now Snaking, trying to get the information. Fear coming from the other side. There's the Hex onto the LC, the Shackles onto the Void Spirit. Now Matthew won't be able to do anything, and Leo Style is on the run. Meanwhile, the TP is coming out from the Bane, and they're out of there. The Slark just got that top tower, sorry, that top wave pushed into the tower. But once again, BA seems like they're a step ahead. Just no vision.
It does, but in that case, the fact that they don't get Leosa at the end there actually makes a very big difference. That's just a support trade for a bunch of space for the Slark, which is far preferable to the alternative, which is a full 4v5 for Thunder Predator and an absolute slaughter.
BA putting up the pressure here, taking over the bottom side jungle. They have the Viper to push in the lane. They can start looking towards that tier 2 tower. Serpent wards are ready too.
Yeah, they're going to keep those wards for the high ground most likely. Eternal Envy is enough of a tower damage dealer already, especially once Moo joins him. Meantime, MNZ, hopeful little rotation, but nobody's going to defend this top tower. You're just going to have to trade it, and this trade favors business associates a lot. I don't know if you've ever watched DJ play that Shadow Shaman, but once there is a lane free of towers, there's just so much threat on your base, because a Shadow Shaman can walk in at any point and drop his wards on your base towers. It is not fun to live in fear of this tiny little shaman man.
Blinks has also picked up 20 permanent damage for himself too.
Fear just walks up, hits a courier, decides that it was a dangerous place to be.
Yep. Bot tower taken down. Top tower for BA is still up. 4 heroes moving around the area. BA are like Let's go high ground, man. We see enough heroes top.
Yeah.
They won't be able to
We
defend
see
this in
everyone top.
time. They're going to go straight at it. 19 minutes onto the high ground. Look at that damage output. Can they be able to do it in time? Because they do have that frost armor for the tower. The debuffs are there. They're not able to clear it right away, but what can he do? There's so much still to be done here, and here comes the epicenter looking for the target. Go straight for the Leo style Legion commander, and Matthew is on the run as well. The racks still remain, but that tier 3 tower is gone at least, so the armor aura is gone. And the Serpent Wards get the range racks to half HP. They got the tier 2 in top, but they lose the tier 3 in bot.
And they're still waiting around here.
Yep, MNZ.
No.
Just wondering, why is my ulti off? There's the Hex coming in. Matthew with Frank coming in. The lasso onto the Luna. Can they take down the Luna before the Eclipse goes off? And there we have it. The ultimate pops as well. The BKB popped by MNC. They will take down Leo Style and Frank as well. And Slug is just trying to get some hits in and tries to take down the Luna. Will take down one, but there's still too many BA heroes to be worried about. And Void Spirit's going to go down as well. 3 for 1. And BA might even be staying around in the neighborhood.
That starts just a tiny bit too scary, but yeah, if that fight ends even worse for Thunder Predator, that's the rack spawn right there. They are really playing on the edge of the knife.
Heads up caution here for both. Slark's BKB used up there in that fight. Just MNZ can't get enough out.
I'm not sure why Thunder Predator thought that they would be coming back to top at all. They have the superior base threat. They won't answer to you.
I'll take your tribute.
Well,
Why would they go back and defend a tier 2 if they can just go for your racks?
exactly. You get enough information that there's plenty of heroes there. That's already a few seconds for the people to TP back to base and go at it. And now they smoke up. They see Leo style. No blink dagger. No nothing. You're gonna get caught by the ankles and LC will fall. 40 seconds without your mid LC, and BA are heading straight towards the Roche pit. There we go. Straight to Roche we go.
Blink lasso. I'm just not sure they have the damage.
Oh, I'm not sure if they want to go for the Aegis steal either. 25 seconds, no LC. One piece is missing. 2,500 left on Roche on 2K. They're not going for it, are they? At the backline at the same time, there's Slark trying to look for something, but Roche is down. The Serpent Wards are there. And there we have the Aegis picked up, and Frank will teleport out. So they were hoping for it to maybe last a bit longer, that they could try and go, but no. And the TP out. Brax will miss the stun. But another lane in peril now.
At the very least, there are no Serpent Wards. The problem is though that this Luna will now have no problems whatsoever sieging. He's got the Dragonlance, so he can take a little bit more distance now as well. He's got an Aegis and of course Helmet Dominator. That's really all you need for a Luna to just output all of your damage.
The many innocent lives Dyer's courier has taken may be atoned for now that it's dead.
High ground is being pinged up. It's something that they want to look at. And again, with the comfort of the Aegis for BA, maybe they can just open up with these tier 2s, waiting for the creep wave to arrive so that they can continue this push. Meanwhile, Thunder Predator moving on the bottom side of the map. They also have their wave pushing towards the tier 2 tower. The pushing power is not as fast for them though.
It is not. And with Slark letting that wave go in mid, they now have 2 waves over on the side of Thunder Predator. This means that once again you can't really defend your base just by lodging yourself behind one of these racks. They can switch. It is the right map control move.
Oh, it's a rinse and repeat from before. Luna sitting at 800 HP, but they're sieging up slowly, waiting with the Serpent Wards now coming off cooldown. Fear dropping them right down there where they are supposed to be. Glyph will be used up. Tanking up the front. And oh my god, you can't believe that's an insanely fast Hex coming in out. Onto the Batrider, but then again the fight will break loose. They get the duel onto Internal Envy and they will take down the Viper, but they're already used a lot on this one. Can they turn around on this and get more kills? Or on the high ground move with the epicenter coming in from Brax as well. Look for the stun. They will take down the Void Spirit. They were going into the Legion Commander as well. At least Leostyle will be taken down too. And onto Frank as well. Following up onto him, the Weber coming in from the Void Spirit as well. Now Batrider just trying to get inside the tree line, but it won't be enough this time as they find the shackles there as well. That's another one gone and a buyback from the Void. And this is your Ranger X gone. This is your melee X going down too from the top lane. BA prevail.
You can't walk up that high ground when those big ultimates are not down. Thunder Predator finally get themselves an entrance into the game, and they wanted too much. They just wanted too much. I can't fault them for it, but that's where you get punished.
Brax is TPing in, looking for the blink stun onto Stark. There's no Dark packed up, so he will get used up into the air. Fear, waiting for his opportunity. Hex is there, following up with the shackles, and Slark will fall as well. MNZ, not lucky this time with the creep cutting. He is dead. 50 seconds gone, no Slark.
Regeneration.
And that will finally help the Luna push past him on the net worth chart, I think. She's got the full pike. Nothing and nobody to worry about. Age is still up. Eternal Envy is back. They're just gonna go for another run.
Middle tower is being attacked.
Putting their eyes towards that bot lane. Everybody's up once again. Serpent Ward in 10 seconds. We'll finish off the tier 2 at least, and one more team wipe, and that's Megas, but I believe that one more team wipe, if Thunder Predator goes out, it's probably looking like game at this point. Sitting in front of the high ground, 30 seconds for Eclipse to be up. MNZ. Drizzle Blades, a Frost Mage. There's the Ogre just running around. Okay, very optimistic. Frank! Oh, he blinks in, but he doesn't get the lasso. There goes that one. And they also get a lot of damage onto Frank. The heal coming in from Leo style. But this is your Rax going down with the Serpent Wards. Range falling, melee falling as well. And MNZ can't get close. It's all down to one lane.
Disabled. Just because of those Luna Blaze bouncing. And yeah, he's got to take that mid wave, but at this point it doesn't matter too much. You're always going to have creeps in the base.
Well, they're waiting up. Waiting the Serpent Wards. Their Aegis running out in 20 seconds too. Either they force a fight right away, or just play it safe like they did in game 1. They're in no rush.
I can only see them play it safe. Especially with those Serpent Wards, you have a guaranteed one fight right there.
Yep, Luna also going for Axe. It's going to be a lot of beams from the sky.
And none of these heroes on Thunder Predator are particularly tanky. They also have no extra units to tank up any of these beams. If they fight outside of a creep wave, the Luna is going to deal so much damage in such a short window of time. And as far as I know, only one BKB still up. Yeah, Leo's style is close to his, but he's not buying out for it. And Frank doesn't have any money at all right now.
Yeah, the buyback situation, there's only 2 up on both sides. The only 2 are the LC and the Bane for Thunder Predator. EE is already starting up his siege. Right-clicking from the low ground. Crimson Guard, Greaves. Well, if you can kill the Viper, that's 2 big auras gone, but it looks like Thunder Predator, every time they go for these engagements, they're sacrificing a lot of attention on just the Viper and not able to kill off any of the other heroes. And now Brax going in with a very aggressive blink and stun. MNZ will be located as well. He's picked up a Moon Shard. At the same time, the lasso kicks in. They've got the Viper once again. They want to take him down as well. But can they take the EE? Viper E is so tanky. It's mega creeps as well. That's it for your initiation. The lasso was used up, and they cannot kill this Viper. No way in hell. They just can't get it. BA, they're gonna starve it out. They're gonna stay inside the base. MNZ trying to keep his tier 4s right now, and this is piece by piece You'd almost say this is some sort of advanced warfare, but you know, Mega's taken 28 minutes, and BA head towards the Roche pit slowly, but it's still down for another minute.
And MNZ has a rapier queued up right now, but if you look at how fast he died during that last, he just lost all of his HP in a matter of seconds, and he didn't even get close to hitting anyone. I don't actually think you can rapier your way out of this. You're going to have to find them split up at some point, but instead it's mostly you who are getting found split up as the Bat Rider nearly gets found by Braxter.
Maybe a quick opportunity to go on them because it's a 5 versus 3 fight. BA are still happy to greet them. I think by the time they're getting Eternal Envy low, that's when the Clinks and the Sand King just show up,
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, you're still alive. Good job. Like, you did what you were supposed to. 2100 HP might not look like a lot. But if you start the fight with Slark 0 stacks, he is a tough bite. Snaking. Yes, the info on Matthew. Brax will go for the stun. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits gone. The support Clinks is just evaporating them right away. There's the BKB still in the Slark, but doesn't want to use it right away. MJZ getting slowed up. The heal coming in from the LC, but it's not going to be enough. Move with the DD rune on this Luna, just rushing them down. 2 heroes gone, going straight towards the tier 4 towers, and this is going to be BA going for the end. They're trying to go for game right here. MNZ winning at the bat. They got the buyback on the Bane, but the tier 4 tower is down. They have a second one to go at, and it will fall as well. And by that, it also means that they have everything available. The wards, they have a repair kit, but what's it going to do? It's GG. 2 KHP, 1 KHP gone. BA take this series 2-0.
We never even got to see that Aghanim's Eclipse go off.
We never did, but I think you don't need to show every card in your deck, especially BA. They still have another series coming up right after this one, so I feel like they're feeling very happy taking a 2-0 victory here.
Very disciplined, smooth going. I like that they are not stressing too much about letting the enemy carry get farmed. They're just like, all right, no, we're gonna break your tempo instead. The focus down on the Leo style mid Legion was just very well executed, and then you get the business associates. Sure, they have a Slark who's got a nice game, but he can't actually stand up to this 5-man tempo that we saw coming all the way from the draft. Your opportunity to break that tempo is gone with the LC being gone. So yeah, excellently played out.
You feel like there was anything missing in Thunder Predator's drafting?
Yeah, I think that Bane Void opening is just not good enough if you're not prepared to put the Void on a core. It's picking both of your supports in the first phase is rough just because you can't adjust any of the lanes anymore. And since the core direct mostly your playstyle, you don't get to choose your own playstyle either. So yeah, that's where I'd like to go look at their draft if I was them.
Well, we are continuing in the matter of our previous day. All series looking like 2-0s for now, but we have one more left, and it's a treat for you guys. It's going to be Business Associates playing another series, this time against Midas Club. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with our final series of the day, so stay tuned.